I have tons of cleaning projects going on in this video to motivate you or even to relax you if you like to watch someone else work. Welcome to my home. If you're new here, my name is Karen and I am just busy getting my house ready for guests to come over the holidays. I have tons to share with you and I just can't wait. So stick with me and let's get motivated together. My office is about to become a guest room, so in order to do that, I'm going to need to get that glass end table and that rocking chair out of here so that I can have a bed in here. And then I need to clean up all of the mess that is in my office because this desk needs to go down into the basement for now. And I've got a lot of mess going on, things I plan to mail out, and I do want to do a little bit of decorating here and make sure that any little messes I have hidden away are taken care of. If you can understand that, I'm sure you can. So it is time to get started on this so that I can get it ready. There are 3 different people who are going to be using this room all at different times between this time when I'm filming and after Christmas. And so there's just going to be a lot going on in here. I had decor here that I had planned to use, but I was also happy to find my nativity. So I do want to put up my nativity set, and then I want to take any extra Christmas decor that I didn't end up using and stow that away for next year. Expect to have tons of cleaning motivation from this video as I get my house straightened out. And boy, have I got some updating for you. I want to tell you all that's been going on with me and why an unplanned absence from YouTube happened. So let's get this cleared out and then I can tell you the story. Are a regular viewer of my videos, then you might remember in my last cleaning video, I was going to do this whole before Christmas cleaning series. I was going to go through each and every room, and this was my second day of cleaning, and boy, did things come to a screeching halt. But I'm super glad that in this video, I do get this room all ready. I got my kitchen, all ready. At least the floors were clean, and I got the bathroom with the shower all clean and ready for company. So that was really important to me. My son, second-born son, was coming unexpectedly because of a funeral, which I explained in my last video. And so he came, I think, on a Thursday, and he left on Sunday. And then on Monday, we had a predicted rainy wind storm that was coming through that had come up from the south. I have to be honest, this storm was not even on my radar. No big deal. Got some wind, got some rain. My daughter had said this is going to be like 25-mile-an-hour winds. That didn't sound too bad to me. And it was like 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday and we lose power. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what in the world? But I didn't think it would last because I am naive. So we came out of our door I think we were driving to go somewhere and noticed that the telephone pole at the neighbor's house had snapped at the top. And I thought, okay, that explains why we don't have power. And I now know it's going to be a while because I live down a dirt road. I'm not near a hospital or a police department or anything that is considered to be vital. So I'm not first on the list. And since that is our electric company's equipment that is causing the outage, it's not just a transformer. I know they've got to actually come to my road and make the repair. And wouldn't you know, later on, a tree also came down. I'm showing you things I'm getting rid of. A tree also came down at the neighbor's house and caused more wire damage. So, because it came down on wires, those are some photos I'm putting away. And so now I know, oh goodness, I'm hoping at this point we get our power back by Christmas Day. Meanwhile, there's no way to do any editing or anything for YouTube because my battery on my laptop wouldn't last long enough. Editing video takes quite a bit of power. Thankfully, it was like in the 40s Fahrenheit for temperature, so it wasn't freezing. In fact, I almost think on Monday it might even have gotten almost to 50 or right at 50 degrees. So it wasn't freezing. That was a big blessing, but it's go time. You've got to figure out how the food is getting stored that's in the refrigerator. A lot of times here in Maine, if we have a power outage, it's for ice or snow. So usually we can even be putting food outside because it's going to be less than 32 degrees, so less than the freezing point, but that wasn't an option on this day, okay? I'm moving this desk and the top just fell right off because it's only a suction cupped on. So just a brief interruption of my story to tell you I was pretty proud of myself because I brought this desk down to the basement by myself. So that just shows kind of where I am in my health journey, that I was able to do that without getting hurt or falling down the stairs or anything like that. But anyway, so it's all about getting the generator. If you might remember, we had gotten a generator and we knew it should be able to power the refrigerator and a couple other things. So we were getting that all set up. My husband had to go get fuel while he was gone. Of course, we're in the middle of this storm. By mistake, he ran over a branch, and the branch damaged the catalytic converter and something else on our Chevy Traverse. So it was sounding like a jet engine, but we just have to use it, do the best we can. There wasn't much we could do about it. We got home, we got the generator going, and for some reason, every time we would plug in the refrigerator, my Samsung refrigerator that I have up in my kitchen, it would deep six the generator, even though the numbers all look like it should be able to power that refrigerator. So we just were fighting back and forth with that. We're trying to, have anything running that needs to be running, but we're making the refrigerator our top priority. Finally, my husband thought, we should try, and I almost think it was that night, he said we should try to power the refrigerator that's in the basement. It's an older refrigerator, it's a smaller refrigerator, and there was no reason why that one should work over the one upstairs, but he did try it, and thankfully it did work. We were also trying to power a small electric heater so that we would have some amount of heat in the house. So we did that, but that particular heater, it's the one that is in our 3-season porch. You're not supposed to plug it into an extension cord. There just were various things. So I didn't feel like we should have that on at night. So we did unplug it at night, but that helped us to feel better about the refrigerator. And then I think at about 2 o'clock in the morning, we ran out of fuel. So as soon as daylight came, or as soon as I thought stores would be open, it was like 5 in the morning, my husband went out to get more fuel. So we were just a few hours without anything. Meanwhile, the next day it's Tuesday, and I know that our other son and his fiance are due to come. She was going to stay in the room I'm cleaning now, and Francois was going to stay in the living room, and they were going to be coming, and she would be here for a few days, and then she would go and he would stay through the Christmas holiday. Here we are, our major 7-passenger Traverse is sounding like a jet engine, and we have no power, no electricity. I don't know when it's going to come back or if it's even going to come back before Christmas. So I thought it only fair to warn them what they were coming into. So I texted them, I told them what was going on, and I said, whatever decision you make, whether it's to come or not to come, we support you. We're here for you if you come, and we're supporting you if you choose to stay there. I don't know. Last Christmas, actually, we had no power because we had had ice and snow, and here we were again staring that same fate. Oh my goodness. And so they decided that they were going to come anyway, and they were due to come on Wednesday. Wednesday comes, and all the while my husband's trying to work from home with no internet. He's just trying to do whatever he can at work. He's trying to make sure we keep enough fuel for the generator, and anytime the generator clicks off, he's, troubleshooting and trying to find out what's going on with that. We're trying to make sure we have food in the house. Thankfully, there were stores that were open that we could go to, so that was a huge help. And we're just trying to only get the food that we absolutely need so that we're not trying to store more than we can handle. I really don't want to go through food loss. They had flown into Boston, Massachusetts, and then took a bus up to Portland, and I was picking them up in Portland. So that's about an hour from my house. So my jet engine Traverse started up, and off we went, turning heads along the way, driving through the rain. And we picked them up, brought them home, and of course, that just lifted everybody's spirit to have them here. And thankfully, that evening, in fact, by the time we got home, our electric company was saying that they would have power to us by 10 o'clock at night. And so that really cheered me up, because usually they will tell us that it's going to be longer than it's actually going to be, if anything. And so that night, I think it was about 6 o'clock at night, we started hearing other roads being brought up. In fact, we had heard that some people had talked to electricity workers, and they had said that Tuesday night they were making a plan, and Wednesday morning they were coming out to restore our town. Of course, as you know, we had that damage to tree and telephone poles, so I wasn't 100% sure, but once I got that 10 o'clock estimate, I thought, okay, we might be all set there. And so we got our power back at about 6 o'clock that night. We were sitting down to have dinner. We had barbecued steaks outside in the rain, and we were just so excited and all yelling and happy. Well, that was Wednesday. On Thursday, we all start getting sick one by one. In fact, Creasy had had a cold before that, but she had weathered it really well. I mean, she would say, I really don't feel good, but you know, I did just kind of thought of it as a normal cold. But one by one, we're all getting sick, and I got sick. And oh my goodness, I have just felt terrible. You can probably hear it in my voice. And I would say the hardest part of it has been just pure exhaustion. I just have not been able to get out of my own way. And I was so sad, because I had this video all filmed for you, but I didn't have it edited, and I could not seem to get the energy to edit. And I knew if I tried to voice over, I'd be coughing and hacking through the whole thing. So it just had to wait. And I've been so sad not to be able to put videos up. And I'm just so excited to get my life back in order and to get filming back down and put up even more videos in January. So I got that office cleaned up. Then I got the floor done in this kitchen. This was a filthy floor. It was so bad. And Leo, of course, is cheering me on all the way. Woozy's on a chair over there. We did have a lovely Christmas. We did have a lovely visit. It was a huge blessing. We finally got our car into the shop, and we are reporting it to our car insurance, because it is between $3,000 and $4,000 right now in damage to the underbelly of the car. So it was a pretty major thing that happened. And I think part of it is just the make and model of the car. You know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And so it's a good thing it was because of a runover branch, because it looks like insurance is going to cover it. It's going to take about a week to get parts. But thankfully, because the garage, you know, they felt badly that it was taking so long, that they have agreed to give us a rental until the parts come in. So that is a huge blessing, because at Christmas time, you don't want to be renting vehicles when you weren't planning on doing that, and having car repairs. It's just, so this past couple weeks, between no power and then sickness and then car trouble, it has, I was calling it a 1-2 punch, but it started to feel like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punch. Oh my goodness. So if you are new to my channel, you might not know, we are going to be redoing this bathroom. We're in the middle. It's going to go very slowly, because when I have the money for one piece, we do that piece, and then we have to save. So the decision I have to make next, we replace the tub shower surround. This is a plastic tub, and I have to say it's probably not my favorite. I find it hard to keep clean. You have to be careful what you use, because it can scratch. So I just have to honestly clean it more often. I'm using the Method shower and tub cleaner. I think it's gentle enough. I'm using a cloth here. I have been bold to use a white erase, but you know, I feel like conditioner and stuff, it just causes a lot of buildup that I am constantly wiping it down, it feels like. So I'm going to be redoing my cleaning schedules, and I'm really hoping that, oh, there it is. Oh, no, Mrs. Myers. Yes, that's what it is. I'm going to be redoing my cleaning schedules and all of that. And so I need to make sure this is getting done super, super regularly, because any buildup at all, and it just becomes hard to clean, where I have to be careful not to scratch it. So next we need to figure out what we're doing between the tub and the ceiling, whether that's going to be tile or what that's going to be, whether it's going to be vinyl, that is kind of a wet bathroom. We do have a hard time keeping it dry. So I want to make sure it's something that's super moisture resistant. And then halfway down the wall, all the way around, we had tongue and groove wall panels. And we're going to be removing that. We need to decide what's going there. We do have the flooring in the house. And I do have wallpaper that's going to go from the mid of the wall to the ceiling. So I have that already too. And so we'll be able to get going once we really decide what's going between the tub and the ceiling. And it needs to be something that my husband can install. So I've got it all wiped down. I never did put up my Christmas curtain, so I'll probably just put the white one back. You can see that floor just begging to be replaced. And the toilet is going to be replaced as well as those sinks. I'm very excited for it to happen, and I wish it could all happen at once, but you know, that's just not always real life. And so we'll just take it as we can and be thankful and try to keep everything as clean as possible, even if it's not what we necessarily love to look at. We have lots of different products in our shower because with 4 daughters and myself, there's just always such a mix. My husband, he doesn't really care what he uses, but all of us have our favorites and our different hair textures and that sort of thing. So I'm just finishing up getting this bathroom cleaned up and organized, and I'm going to go after the floors. I felt like it'd be easier once I did the toilet. I'm just spraying down the floor with disinfectant and then wiping it. It just felt easier. It's so funny. You had seen me spray everything, and then I did the tub. Well, it took me so long to do the tub. By the time I went back, the spray I had sprayed so it would do its job. You know how you're supposed to spray your disinfectant like 10 minutes ahead? It had all dried, so I had to respray it again and to get it all clean. But it turned out to be really good timing that I got everything. Oh, that's just my phone. That I got everything disinfected, since we were all about to get sick, and I need to go through and disinfect everything again, and I need to hit all the rooms I couldn't hit, and I'm really hoping to get everything cleaned up for the new year. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know, did you have a nice Christmas? Tell me in the comment section if you would. I would love to know. And let me know what projects or what's important to you coming into 2024. I promise it's not going to be long, and you're going to see another video from me. I'm filming it today. I'm going to get started as soon as I finish this voiceover. I'm just so excited to be able to get back to work. I'm going to take it a little slow, but it just feels good, and everybody else is recovering as well. Most everyone had gotten sick before me. I think Rachel was like a day after me, and my husband was maybe 2 days after, and we're all able to breathe through our noses again, which feels good, and we're coughing a bit, and we're feeling really tired, but for the most part, all of us are feeling much better, and definitely on the other side of it. It just was definitely pretty miserable while it lasted. One thing I forgot to mention, I was like, wait, it seems like there was something else, and there was. I was very behind on Christmas, getting Christmas shopping done and getting everything wrapped. And then when my son came for the funeral, I thought, okay, I'm just going to relax for this weekend. And when Monday comes, I'm just going to hit it hard Monday, hit it hard Tuesday. And then my other son comes Wednesday. So, of course, on Monday, we end up losing power. I didn't end up getting to a store because, you know, you're trying to figure out how you're going to keep food going and what you're going to do. There's just it becomes about survival, really. And then after that, I ended up sick. And so I ended up finding ways to get all the gifts into the house that we had to get in and getting them all wrapped. My daughter Rachel and I just pounded it out one day. We got most of the wrapping done, except for, of course, the things that were hers. And then I was able to finish up. And I have to say, what satisfaction. When Christmas morning came, I was completely exhausted. I was like a zombie sitting in a chair, but I was like, thank you, Jesus. I cannot believe I pulled it off this year. Oh my goodness, only by grace and only by Robin, you know, scooting me toward a store and me running in, running out, getting in the car and next door and next door. It did help me not to agonize over gifts, which I do tend to do. And then I was able to get everything wrapped from one roll of wrapping paper, which was great. And I was actually finished all the wrapping and all the stockings by late morning Christmas Eve, even though I had to go to a store Christmas Eve because I was missing something. And boy, was I just thankful to get that done. And every year I say, oh, I'm going to start now and do Christmas shopping and I won't be behind. But for some reason, that doesn't seem to work for me. It just seems like everyone's tastes change so much through the year. I suppose there's some things I could do. I don't know. If you guys have any advice on how to shop ahead and know what people would like a year from now or 5 months from, when you buy it, let me know if you have any little tricks of the trade, because I really feel like it's just really hard to shop that far in advance because I just don't feel like I would know what anyone wants. And I don't know if that's because I tend to agonize a little bit over presents or if that really is a thing. But it just seems like there's a certain amount of people that are always far ahead, and they're lovely people who are very thoughtful and know what to get people. And I don't know what is my deal. But we were able to get all of the Christmas presents done, and we were able to get the food for our turkey Christmas dinner. We kind of do a Thanksgiving replay and do all of the Thanksgiving niceties. I did buy pies. I didn't cook any pies. That definitely helped me a lot too. So there's my bathroom, all nice and clean, all ready for company. And then I did a quick vacuum of the stairs as well. Those stairs, they're just very thick, that carpeting, and with the cats going up and down, it always looks clean because they're the same color blend as the cat, some beige and gray, but you always get a ton in the vacuum cleaner. And then I realized, whoa, should have done that earlier, but at least it doesn't show, so that's always nice. Hey, I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to get filming again and get more videos edited for you, do more motivating. I hope to encourage you more as we head toward 2024. Let me know what you might need, and I'm going to put the last video up on the screen if you missed it. Remember, as always, that God loves you and I love you too, and I can't wait to see you next time.